Thank you for joining Picpa Bahrain Toastmasters Club virtual meeting number 2. This session will begin now. Everyone, we acknowledge all your presence attending this meeting. And now, officially welcoming all of us, I'd like to turn over the program to our persistent Sergeant at Arms, distinguished Toastmaster Carlito Bugarin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Christine, for that very wonderful introduction. It's wonderful for me. Anyway, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and also Toastmaster Rafiq Ahmed. Welcome in our second virtual meeting. And I will not say any protocols because we are in our home. And important thing, do not let the dog bark so that we will have our undisturbed meeting. Thank you, everyone. And I welcome our president for our virtual meeting number 2, Picpa Bahrain Toastmasters virtual meeting number 2. Toastmaster Daisy Paburian.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Lito Bugarin. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Meeting number 2 with the theme of friendship is called to order. Before we start, I would like to welcome our guest, Toastmaster Rafiq Ahmad. Welcome to Picpa Toastmasters Club meeting. And thank you. Is there somebody who convey for apology for tonight's meeting?
There's none.
So we'll proceed. For our, I'd like to introduce to you to our grammarian for tonight's meeting, a founding president of Philippine Teachers Association Bahrain, the future district director. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz to explain her role as grammarian. DTM Amor. The floor is
Thank you so much, Madam President, fellow Toastmasters and all. I am tasked as your grammarian. And as a grammarian, my role is to introduce persistence. I'm going to explain further about this word. Second, in this meeting, and third, I have to note down the error or the grammar in some of the speeches or utterances tonight. The word today is persistence. As you can see, persistence is the, persistence is the act of continuing a course of action. It's a noun. The other word for that is example in send for the job by the manager. The related words are persistent, an adjective, or persistently an adverb. You may use the word itself, persistence, or the related words, persistent and persistently. That's all for now. Over to you, our Toastmaster of the day. I should say, Madam President.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz. So before my presidential address, I would like to share to you the Toastmasters journey. The Toastmasters began as a series of speaking clubs organized by Ralph C. Smedley during his time working for YMCA, or Young Men's Christian Association in Bloomington, Illinois, United States. Toastmasters organization that teaches a worldwide network of clubs. The first meeting was held at YU 1924, headquartered in Englewood, Colorado. The organization's membership exceed 3,500 357,000 in more than 16,600 clubs in 143 countries. Toastmaster District 20 is part of Toastmasters International. District 20, which originally consisted of 7 countries in the Middle East, has seen a phenomenal growth over the past few years. In 2017, District 20 has been split. Our active members is more than 3,000. We have a 9 division.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. And for my presidential address, friendship. Our theme for tonight, treasurable and valuable. Do you agree? Some says friendship is life, or friendship is love of our life. For me, friendship is the best gift, especially when you found of what we call a true friend, or we commonly known as real friend. Though it's not a God-gifted relationship like that of the relationship of a mother or father, sister, and a brother, or any of the other family, but still, it is the one of the best relations an individual can possess. Friends are extremely important to every one of us, whether it is a toddler, a teenager, a middle-aged person, or an old person. Everyone needs good friend around to live life to the fullest. The one who cry with you, and he or she is not the one who don't ask for food. Instead, usually the reason why you have no food. During our childhood friendship help in making us understand and develop the habit of sharing and caring. As small kids develop friendship faster and enjoy the company of their friends. They play and learn together. Because friends are important to their proper growth and development. As a teenager, friends become all the more important for us, especially when we go through numerous emotional, physical, and mental changes during our, and true friendship is tough to get. True friend, or usually we called real friend, is the one who will stay by your side through every hardship and failures. The faithful friend will stand by you because gaining a true friendship is a real present. Fellow Toastmasters, making a million friends is not a miracle. The miracle is you when millions are against. Thank you. Now I will proceed to our business session. Let me call on our secretary. Let me call on Toastmaster Maricet Morales.
Good evening, Madam President. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and our welcome guests. So for the first minutes of the meeting of Picpa Bahrain, it was held last Saturday, July 24, with Toastmaster Daisy presiding as our president. The members present were Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez, yours truly, DTM Amor de la Cruz, Toastmaster Carlito Bugarin, DTM Elpidio Quiteves, and of course we have some guests too. The member absent was Toastmaster Marilyn Quiteves. There were no minutes of the previous meeting as it was the first meeting. Members with roles were introduced. Toastmaster of the day was DTM Amor de la Cruz. Table Topics Master was Toastmaster Christine Abrantes. General Evaluator, our guest, DTM Kyler Valiaca. We had only one individual evaluator, speech evaluator, that was DTM Benji Fortuno. Grammarian, yours truly. Accounter, Toastmaster Ara Bagasala, and our timer was Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez. There was only one speech presented by Toastmaster Maricet, yours truly, with the title Rain, Rain, Go Away from the Presentation Mastery Level 2, Project 2. Table topics questions were presented and the commentators were Toastmaster Amor Yonson, Toastmaster Joseph Cañete, DTM Amor de la Cruz, and Toastmaster Alaligel Mejia. There was only one speech evaluator in the person of DTM Benchi Fortuno, who evaluated the speech of Toastmaster Maricet. Reports from the members with meeting roles were provided. So according to the timer, all speakers spoke within the allotted time. The accounter mentioned some names of those who used during the day: grateful, gratefulness, and gratefully. According to the general evaluator, he commented that the time meeting started as the meeting has started was a long waiting time of 30 minutes before the meeting started. So, but he comments on the roles played by the members during the meeting. Club award was presented to the best table topics commentator in the person of Toastmaster Amor Yonson. Meeting was adjourned at 10:30 p.m. That's my minutes of the report for the first meeting. Back to you, Madam President.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maricet, our secretary. And now we will proceed for our business session. Is there any report from our Sergeant at Arms, distinguished Toastmaster Lito Bugarin?
Good evening, Madam President. So far, I don't have any report with me, but as mentioned by our secretary, we started our meeting last time late by 20 minutes. I don't know exactly what time we start, but hopefully we have to improve. That's why earlier I said we have to start on time and we finish on time. To at least everyone who had a commitment, they can meet their commitment. Thank you. That's all, Toastmaster DC.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Lito Bugarin. Our treasurer, distinguished Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz. Madam Treasurer, is there
Madam
any?
Madam President, can you acknowledge
President.
our Toastmaster Rick Arroyo, our mentor, or the one of our
Sponsor.
luminaries who started this club? Welcome, Toastmaster Rick Arroyo.
Welcome,
Good
Toastmaster Rick Ayuyao. Good evening.
Hi, good morning. Good
Thank
morning,
you.
Mr. Toastmaster Rick.
Morning, pero wala akong mic eh.
Okay lang, we can still hear you.
Oh,
We
so
can
you can
see
hear
Yeah,
me,
we
yeah?
can hear you. Can
That's
hear your
good.
voice.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Lito Bugarin and Toastmaster Rick Ayuyao. Let me call on distinguished Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz
For my report. Okay, Madam President, fellow Toastmasters, a very good evening to you all. As your treasurer, I have nothing to report at the moment, as we are just starting all over again, and there are no whatever fees that I have collected so far. Anyway, I don't intend to collect. Anyway, that's all for now. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz. Let me Toastmaster Mariset Morales.
Good evening once again, Madam President. Just from the Secretary point of view, it is reminded that the President who will be attending the business session to assign a club proxy, because even if you are not attending the annual business meeting, this year you need to assign a proxy to be eligible to vote. So we have 2 more days to go, so your vote matters. So please, Madam President, if you can assign a proxy, you can go to the site and assign the proxy, or the secretary can do that so that we can vote on the business meeting. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Madam Secretary. Let me call on our Vice President of Membership, distinguished Toastmaster Benchy Fortuno. DTM Benchy, are there any report? Distinguished Toastmaster Benchy.
You are muted, ma'am.
So far on my part, for membership, there are no reports to be given for tonight's meeting. So I hope by next time we will be having some report regarding membership. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Benchy Fortuno. And now let me call on our Vice President for Public Relations, Toastmaster Rose Hernandez. Toastmaster Rose, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening to everyone. Public Relations Officer Toastmaster Rosemary noted that in last club officers training, I have to prepare the poster of our club before the meeting. So from now on, before the meeting, I will prepare poster so that we can advertise our club. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rosemary. And now our Vice President of Education, let me Toastmaster Christine.
You are muted, Madam Christine.
Madam.
You are muted.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. As your
Good
VP,
evening.
as your VPE, I am appealing to each and everyone to please kindly assist me or help me in answering our club success plan. That's all for that's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Christine. And for my report, and thank you for all those who attended for the COT or club officers training yesterday. And regarding for this proxy, actually Toastmaster, he's from, I think, Diva, the president of Diva, Toastmaster Lewis. So which is he called me earlier, and then I will call him after our meeting because he had a meeting also for tonight. So we will do that proxy, Madam Secretary, or I will let you know if and how to do it. So probably I will send you a message if I did that, if I do that, and then I will let you know. And thank you to everybody.
Okay, madam.
So now we will proceed to our educational session. Tonight, our Toastmaster of the night, she is the Iron Lady, one of the Iron Lady of the Picpa Toastmasters Club and a blogger. Let's all welcome Toastmaster Christine Abrantes.
Thank you, Madam President, but I understand first we'd like to let the guest welcome the guest and say something. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
Toastmaster Christine. I was wondering if I'm the only guest or there's somebody else as well.
I'm also a guest.
Anyway,
Right.
Miss Badet.
let me call you later. Or
Can I say something first?
Daisy, shall
Can I say something first? Ladies first.
I think that Christine call the name of anyone you want to introduce
say later?
so that they can speak by the name.
Okay, I will call
Better.
one by one afterwards. Okay, let's start. My goodness, my internet is low. Anyhow, let's start. Again, thank you, Madam President, and welcome all of you, my dear fellow Toastmasters and friends, from Southern Africa to Dubai to Bahrain and Philippines, to our second virtual online meeting of the revival of Picpa Bahrain Toastmasters Club. At this point, being your Toastmaster of the night, I'd like to give a big shout out to all of us and to one of our very special guests from the Philippines, no other than one of the pillars of Picpa Bahrain Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Rick Ayuya. A big hand, please. Toastmaster Rick, can you please say something?
First of all, is that good evening to each and every one of you. And I'm thankful that I was invited or I was updated with the revival of Picpa. And that is through Christine. Thank you very much. And I think at the moment I have not renewed my membership, but sooner or later I will do so. So all the best for today's meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rick. We missed you here. And this time, I'm sorry, my net is the, and again, and I'd like also to give special thanks to one of our dear friends from Dubai, of him joining us for tonight, meeting no other than Toastmaster Rafiq, one of our best Toastmaster speaker in town. Toastmaster Rafiq, Ahmed, are you there, please? If you can say something.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Christine. And nice to see some very, I would say, familiar faces, bringing back fond memories. I did have the opportunity to connect with Toastmaster Mariset earlier, and then we did share screen on different clubs as well. I'm also looking at TM Lito Bugerin, Toastmaster Rick, and of course, Madame Amor de la Cruz. We go back a long, long way back. I mean, I remember the days when I say this in many clubs. I literally grew up in Toastmasters. I have seen these Toastmasters see me grow up in Toastmasters. But here's the best part. I don't know what's happening in Bahrain, but all of you look the same, the way I left you. None of you have aged even a single year. I mean, I'm looking at Kuya Rick. He looks exactly the same. There's no difference. Yeah, Toastmaster Lito has changed a little bit, but everybody else looks the same.
What changed?
and it's a
What
pleasure.
changes happened?
I think you have resorted to looking. I don't know. You probably trimmed your hair down, but
yeah.
there's something
Or
evidently different.
stop to grow.
So thank you so much for inviting me here. It's just that I was expecting more familiar faces. I remember back in the days, fond memories with Elpido Kiteves and the Kiteves family, who were, I would say, spearheading the whole Picpa movement in Bahrain. But I'm happy to see that the club is still surviving. My pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Christine.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafiq. A big hand, please. And also, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Toastmaster Bernadette Asuncion. Please say something, Nati Bernadette.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here only as an observer, and I just want to be familiarized before I decide to join again the Toastmasters. Toastmasters. Back to you.
Thank you, Ate Bernadette. And another guest, I'd like to say thank you also for gracing the attending our session for tonight. And that is no other than Toastmaster Ricky Shurian. Can you please say something, sir?
Good evening po, ma'am. Toastmaster Christine. I'm so sorry, I'm outside, so I have to wear my face mask. Anyway, my name is Toastmaster Ricky Chuidian, and I am from Alcobar, Saudi Arabia.
Oh.
And I'm a member of Picpa also, the Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants. But this is my first time to join Picpa Toastmasters Club in Bahrain, so it's my pleasure to be joining you tonight. Thank you.
Toastmaster Ricky, the pleasure is ours. And again, another Toastmaster guest. May I have guest Toastmaster Emeldina Simba Maputo. Please say something.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Sorry I cannot turn on my camera, but I'm here to cheer up my fellow Toastmasters, Amor. She'll be delivering a speech today. So she invited me, and I'm here to support her. I am the Vice President of Education of Maputo Toastmasters, Mozambique, which is down south, Maputo, yes, down south Africa. So I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. And last but not the least, guest. In fact, she is also one of our speakers for tonight. I'd like to call in Toastmaster Amor Yonzon. Please say something, ma'am.
Yes, something. Good evening once again, Bahrain. I miss Bahrain. I am Amor Yonzon, Amor de la Cruz Yonzon, to be exact. Forget about the other surname. I'm from Maputo Toastmasters Club, and I'm so delighted to be with you again for the second time. I'm always looking forward to attending your meeting. Thank you for your invitation, and let's bring it on for the education session. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Ma'am. Thank you to all our guests. It's our pleasure to have you all. Okay, so before we officially get started, to intertwine tonight's meeting, I will be playing a beautiful video music to reminisce your wonderful moments with your one best friend while singing this song. So allow me to share with you my screen, please. May I request everyone to sing along with this wonderful song related to our theme for tonight, to the tune of One Friend. Okay? Here we go. I always know
You were the best. Yes, I always will. I always felt that we were blessed. I feel that but we always saw it through. If I had only one friend left, I wanted to be you. Sometimes the world was on our side. Sometimes it wasn't fair. Sometimes we gave a helping hand. Sometimes we didn't care.
Because we were together, made a dream come true.
If I had only one friend,
Wanted
to be you.
sometimes
From the
and knows me
Sige, dito na lang ako. Dito na lang ako.
we're together and believes without a doubt that I could move a mountain, someone to tell it to. If I had only one friend left, I wanted to be you.
Oh my God. Ay, naka.
Made a dream come true. I had only one friend left. Wanted to be you.
Keep it together and believes without
doubt
that I could move a mountain, someone
to
to
tell
tell
you
it to. If I had only one friend left, I wanted to be you.
Thank you all very much for your wonderful presentation. Participation. And my net is again going up. Okay, to continue. I'm grateful to hear all your beautiful voices, my dear fellow Toastmasters. And now, let's get started. My name is Cristina Brantes, your VPE Club and your host for tonight, was very persistent of inviting everyone to come and join us in this meeting. And I'm here to navigate us to this thrilling and exciting meeting that we have ahead of us. A meeting that is full of learnings and wisdom, where all dedications and hard work that all of us are enjoyed sharing. Our topic theme for tonight is all about friendship. But before that, let me first tell you that our meeting has 3 segments. First is the prepared speech segment, wherein speakers can deliver their speech based on their objectives and or pathways level. The time given is 5 to 10 minutes. Second segment is the table topic segment, wherein Toastmasters will be given a topic on the spot and they will have to talk about the topic for nearly 2 minutes. Third segment is an evaluation segment. Evaluation carves you into a better speaker. Your evaluators will provide comments and areas to be improved between 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, now let's proceed with our educational session. Since tomorrow, 15th of August, is Friendship Day, that is why I chose this as our theme for tonight to talk about the concept of the word friendship. Let me tell you a little story about friendship. That's my little story. Indeed, it is important to have a loyal friend. And I knew this when I got to a very difficult situation. I have many friends here in Bahrain, but when I got into this very difficult situation, crazy situation, should I say, that I had years ago, it was only him who straight away, without hesitations, rushed to help me out. Since then, I knew that he was a true and loyal friend to me. So I decided that my relationship with him would be good and that our friendship would last for life. Of course, our friendship is not that perfect. We go through such quarrels and obstacles, but it is good to go through it is, as it makes our friendship stronger and stronger. It makes us know a lot about each other. This is the wonderful thing about friendship. True friendship doesn't stop at going out and having a good time together. Rather, friendship is more important than that, as friendship takes the place of a mutual trust, help, and support. Therefore, friendship for all of us is very important and we should have as many true friendships as possible. Okay, now let's proceed with our program. Without further ado, let's proceed with our program since no amendments has been done, so let's continue. As your Toastmaster, it is my duty to introduce to you my team functionary holders for tonight. Our first functionary for tonight is our grammarian. Since our persistence grammarian has already been introduced a while ago by President, instead, let me just remind you to please make use of the word of the day, persistence, as much as you can in your speeches. Our second functionary is the accountant. To tell us her role, let me bring back to you our very own club president, one of my beauteous friends, none other than Toastmaster Daisy Paburian. A big round of applause.
Once again, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and this other guest. As the accounter, I will be listening to what the speakers say and marking down on a chart any inappropriate word or sound used as space filler. Space filler can be words such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Inappropriate sound may be I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I'll provide my report. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Daisy, for that well-defined role assignment of yours. Next, we have the timekeeper. Fellow Toastmasters, let's all welcome our club VP Public Relations Officer to give her role as tonight's timer, Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez.
Again, good evening once again to all of you.
Good evening.
I'm your timer for tonight, and as a timer, I will keep track of all speakers. For our prepared speakers, they will have 5 to 7 minutes. I will flash a green background. When it reaches 5 minutes, yellow background at 6 minutes, and red background at 7 minutes. And may I request the speakers to please speak to our table topics. You will have 1 minute to 2 minutes. Green will be flashed at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. And to our evaluators, it will be 2 to 3 minutes. So green will be flashed at 2 minutes, yellow at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and red at 3 minutes. And there will be a 30 seconds grace period. To all our speakers, may I remind that time is gold. And let us remember, understanding the value of time is understanding the time essence of life. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rose. And now we come to our substantial content of any Toastmasters meeting, the educational program. And now, let's proceed with the first segment, the prepared speeches. To deliver her Level 1 Project 2 speech, Dynamic Leadership, let's have our first speaker. But before that, let me call in first her evaluator to give the objectives of her speech, which is none other than one of the very active and persistent Toastmaster, Toastmaster Michael Temporas. A big hand, please.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Christine. I am really pleased to be here with you tonight. Because of your persistence, I was able to join in tonight's meeting. So for my target speaker, the purpose of this project is for the member to identify her primary leadership style or styles. And the other purpose is for the member to share some aspect of her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. You have 5 to 7 minutes.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes, madam.
Sir, excuse me. I think I made a mistake. I think that is not the evaluation form.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry for that.
Please send it to me at DTM Amor so I can update the project objective.
Oh, wait a minute, sir. Mine is, I am into project 2A. Project 2A.
Project 2A.
Project 2A. My God.
Let me check. I think
level 1. I'm sorry for this. Oh my God. It's project 2A level 1.
Okay. Christine, do you have the project objective for this particular speech?
Maybe
I'm trying to find, sir.
And Michael, to incorporate the feedback.
Oh, is it two speeches? The second speech. Let me check from my.
District, I'm sorry for this, District 25.
while they're trying to find the evaluation form for that, can we have the second speaker first?
Yes, yes, miss. Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Better Toastmaster Christine.
Okay. Now let's continue with our second speaker. That now will become our first speaker. But before calling her, let me call on also first her evaluator to give us objective of our second speaker's speech. Now, first speaker. Her evaluator is one of the luckiest mother of 5. Somehow is being considered by his children a friend as well. Currently, our Club TV membership officer and formerly division director, none other than distinguished Toastmaster Felicidad Benchi Fortuno. Please give her a big round of applause.
Christine, just simply call me Benchi, not Felicidad. I feel so old. Anyway, so good evening, friends, Toastmasters, and guests. Okay, I am the evaluator of the supposed to be second speaker tonight, Toastmaster Amor, and she's going to do the project 2, level 2, project 2, no? Okay, under innovative planning, right?
Yes.
I hope it's correct. Okay. Now, the objective of her speech is to connect with the audience, and the topic chosen should be unfamiliar with the audience. Practice adapting during presentation and monitor the audience reaction to the topic. She is given 5 to 7 minutes to render her beautiful speech. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you our second speaker, or our first speaker now, Toastmaster Amor, with the title Laughter.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Benchi. And now, to listen to our speaker number 2, delivering her speech level 2, project 2. Let's give it up to our second speaker, who said that friendship spells with friends, meaning it's how we deal with people, with our dear friends, be it a longtime friend or a newly acquainted ones. It's how we connect with them. Friendship evolves with mutual trust, leading to a good relationship. Also, she is a teacher in charge of the language and other social science subjects with passion in traveling and public speaking. A rocker, take note, a rocker, and an art enthusiast. Friends, help me welcome from a faraway land of Mozambique, a southern African nation. Let's welcome DTM Maria Amor Yunzon. Speech title, Laughter. Laughter, DTM Amor Yunzon. A big hand, please. Toastmaster Yunzon. Toastmaster Amor, please come in.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and persistent beautiful guests like me. Welcome and good evening. When was the last time you laughed? Like a real good laugh? Yesterday, earlier, last month, last week? Do you really laugh because of the funny jokes that you heard or hilarious videos that you watched recently? Like, for example, the famous American comedian Joe Coy, with all the jokes about his mother, Filipino mother, or those jokes, videos. And maybe to guilt. And there are a lot of reasons to laugh, right? In fact, when we laugh, we get benefits from it. As we say, laughter is the best medicine. But what is laughter? What is laughter? According to Cambridge Dictionary, laughter is an act or sound of laughing. Laughter is a non-verbal communication signal that plays important role in several social situations. In fact, a spontaneous laughter is a semi-voluntary, performed or suppressed. And laughter is also classified as a highly multimodal expression involving several muscles at once. That includes, various outputs. And it has three features. First one, we have the voice emission, like ha, 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 he, waka, 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 the voice sound. Second is the facial expression. And the third is the whole body movement. But don't you know that most people, when they laugh because they want to, like what you're doing now. You're so good, feel good hormones into regions of the brains that responsible for emotions. And endorphins actually interact with opioid receptors, okay, that is producing as well, like feeling good. In fact, according to studies, say more people with more opioid receptors are inclined to laugh more. It's like the more you laugh, the happier you feel, and the happier you feel, the more you laugh. Secondly, laughter protects our heart. Laughter improves the function of the blood vessel and increases positive emotion. That helps us against heart attack and other cardiovascular problems. And it also gets us on pumping our hearts and falling in love, and also burns calories. And the third one would be laughter boosts immune system. Stress and tension basically weaken our immune system. Okay, chronic stress and tension weakens our body as a whole. So since laughter decreases tension and increases positive emotion, you can count on laughter to strengthen our immune system. Thirdly, laughter boosts our immune system as well. Okay, we say, the stress itself, help us. We say, basically help us to, weaken ourselves with this. It's the body's. I would say the system, as I said. Anyway, so for that immune system, and then the fourth one is the laughter relaxes the whole body. We say a good hearty laugh, okay, helps us to release the physical tension and stress. So like we can count on it, and then like when we laugh, basically it relaxes our muscles up to 45 minutes after. And fifthly, okay, laughter is central to relationship. According to study, okay, female laughed 126% more than their male counterparts, while male instigate laughter the most. It's not surprising that the couple that laughs reports having higher, quality relationship. It's like the couple that laughs together together. Let me also give some, say, trivia. Okay. Don't you know that the person who achieved the longest laughter back in 2010, animals, just go to 9GG. And of course, if you want to know about the bizarre and odd videos, you just go to ODDEE. My dear friends, I'm so persistent to tell you, okay, this time of the year, okay, we are actually having a lot of problems and pandemic and all, but keeping in mind, okay, a positive outlook in life will help combat, negative emotions during hard time. I am persistently telling you and reminding you that laughter is and will always be the best form of therapy. So what are we waiting for? Let's all laugh together. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Amor Yonzon, for that very inspiring and entertaining speech. Again, another round of applause, please, to our DTM Amor Yonzon. And now, to deliver her speech, fellow Toastmasters, friends, proudly, I present to you our second speaker, supposedly the first speaker, the tenacious, determined, and result-oriented person, dependable, responsible, hardworking, and can be counted on in good times and in bad times, innovative, whose eye is always set on the target, was one of the organizers and founding president of DIVAT Debate Club and the Philippine Teachers Association of Bahrain, the proponent and organizer of two clubs, the Picpa Toastmasters Club and Wika Toastmasters Club. Friends, let's all welcome our club treasurer, distinguished Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz, with her speech title, My Grandfather, DTM Amor de la Cruz, DTM Amor de la Cruz, My Grandfather. A big round of applause, please.
Was there anyone here who lived with his grandparents? How was the experience? As we all know, in the Philippines, it has been a tradition that parents stay with their youngest daughter, even after the youngest daughter's marriage. It's not the sons who stay with their parents in their ancestral homes, but the youngest daughter. My mother, being the youngest daughter, lived with my grandparents. And I was fortunate or unfortunate enough to live with my grandparents, especially with my grandfather. As a child, I have hated my grandfather in secret, as he was strict. He made me live a regimented life. I had to do this, I had to do that. And every day of my life. Remember the Angelus? Whenever the Angelus bell rang, we scampered like rabbits as fast to be in the house before the bells would stop. My grandfather would be at the door with his belt removed from his waistline, ready to hit anyone who would come late. And on Sundays, we had to wake up early, prepare ourselves, wear our Sunday's best, and walk to the church in the town proper, 2 to 3 kilometers away, and come back home walking again. I hated my grandfather because I never felt free as a child. Being the eldest, I was always responsible for my siblings. My grandfather would always ask me about my siblings, my siblings, my siblings. And I learned my lessons and responsibilities at an early age. From that time on, up to now, my siblings look up to me as their big sister, whom they follow. I hated my grandfather because he was a liar. I never saw his name in the bulletin board of our church, whose names of donors were written. I overheard him talking with my grandmother many times about donations for the church to support the study of our deaconess. Every Sunday, I would look at the bulletin board for donations from my grandfather, but I never saw his name until his death. I would also see anonymous donors, anonymous donation amounting to 100 pesos every month. Donation from Dr. Labrador, who came from the US and decided to stay in our place for 50 pesos, the others for 30, 5, 2, and even 1 peso. And I was always puzzled as to who this anonymous and generous donor may be. At that time, even 1 centavo had a value. When he died, I wondered why there was a long queue of people in his funeral procession, followed by a band. He was actually a bad guy. I became a disciplined person and can manage a regimented life because of him. I learned responsibility at an early age because he forced me to. And I hated all those at that time. When his funeral procession stopped at the church, the pastor told us about the so many surprises, particularly the donations he has been giving to the church for a very long time. And the anonymous donor, would you believe that it was actually him? And when the funeral procession finally reached its final destination, which is the cemetery, many people came out and spoke of his generosity. It was like an instant program. And I could not fathom how my grandfather could have afforded all those when we were just poor. Though he and his children, I have never seen them go to the sea to catch fish, nor spend time in the farm to till the soil. I never saw any of them. As I was trained by my grandfather at an early age. When I grew up, leadership became an easy task, be it in school or in the community. It was my grandfather who inculcated in my mind the words commitment and responsibility, which mean holding on whatever the consequences be and holding on till the end religiously and consistently. And in one word, to be persistent. I still remember once upon a time when I was awarded most outstanding teacher in English by the Division of City Schools along the Post City. Do you think I earned the title because I was extraordinary? Because I spoke better English than the rest? Or had a perfect attendance for this and that activity? No. It was because I held on to the responsibilities given to me from beginning to end and delivered outputs which no one from the school has done before. That's the reason behind. Do you think there were no oppositions? No. There were a lot actually, but my mind was focused on the output, the destination, and the opposition were placed on the sides. Looking back, I am so thankful to my grandfather who persistently molded me to embrace responsibilities, commitment, and persistence. Had he not done what he did, I wouldn't be able to pass the many challenges I came across with. It is true that we look at the things differently as we grow older. I totally agree. Because now, whenever I thought of my grandfather, I had only admiration and respect for the old man. As to the donations for the church, well, he wasn't a liar. We all know that, but somehow he has tricked me. So I wouldn't know. I would not come to know. But he should not have tricked me. Right? Toastmaster of the day?
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz, for sharing your story with your grandfather. That also reminds us our own grandfather too. Again, another big round of applause to our DTM Amor de la Cruz. Now, let's proceed with the second segment of our program, the table topic session. To execute our table topic session, let's welcome one of the immediate past president of AIM Toastmaster Club, also the chartered president of PBB Toastmaster Club, a CPA by profession. Friends, help me in welcoming Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez. A big hand, please.
Toastmaster Christine, can we follow the program or we shall skip the joke session?
We will follow the joke session afterwards.
Because in the program, joke session up, then table topic. Anyway, it's up to you. You're the Toastmaster of the night.
But I prefer to be the best to put the best at the last. That's why. Anyhow, shall we continue with the table topic first? Because I prefer clearly to break the ice after a while. Is it all right?
You have called me. I will proceed now. Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, TM Christine. Welcome to our table topics session. And for everyone, I know that you all know the purpose of table topics. It is to help us sharpen our skill in impromptu speaking. Our goal is not just to simply speak for 1 minute and provide an answer to the question. Rather, it is to perform a miniature, well-organized 1 to 2 minute speech addressing to the question or topic concisely and articulately. I will show you a screen and I will ask some participants to choose a number and we will reveal whatever question or topic it will be. So I will share my screen now. Okay. May I call our first participant in the name of Toastmaster Rafiq Ahmed. Toastmaster Rafiq?
Yes, Madam Toastmaster, table topic master, I'm here.
Can you choose from 1 to 5?
I'll go for number 3.
For number 3, let me open number 3 for you. Oh, gosh, sorry. 1 minute. Because I am a timer as well, I am trying to hide my slide for the callers. That's why it happened. So sorry about that one. Number 3, the most beautiful discovery through friends make is through friendship. Two friends makes is that they can grow separately without growing apart, according to Elizabeth Fole. The most beautiful discovery through friends makes is that they can grow separately without growing apart, by Elizabeth Fole. Can you comment on this quotation, please?
Yes, thank you very much, Table Topic Master. I think it's a very profound phrase or a quotation for me. And this is exactly what happens in life to all of us. We come across friends that are really close to us, maybe, so close to you that they become closer than our own family. And then there comes a time where life just changes, priorities change. And priorities change because we start working, we start having family, we start getting bogged down into all these other priorities that we may not have time to figure out, or to just in fact just even pick up the phone and ask what our friends are probably going through. But if we could, and what if we find out that our friends are more successful than us, maybe they are earning more than us, is that going to make a big difference? Well, for true friends it shouldn't, because for true friends, seeing your friend grow, I think that has to be a bigger achievement for you. So I agree with what you said. It's about not growing, I would say, apart. It's about growing together in a way where one can actually be overtaking the other. And our happiness should lie in seeing that friend of ours succeed, even though we've not reached that pinnacle or we've not reached that stage of success. It's sad to note that sometimes we do get, I would say, belittled or rather intimidated by the success of our friends. But I think that's not true friendship. True friendship is about watching them grow as you grow with them, and watching them grow even if you're not growing at the same pace at which they are growing. So thank you for this profound phrase and quotation, Madam Table Topic Master, and allowing me to answer it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafiq. Let me just... Now, may I call Toastmaster Bernadette? Are you there? Toastmaster Bernadette, can you answer? Can you choose from 1 to 4 to 6? Sorry.
I'll choose number 1.
Number 1. Huh? It's the same?
It's already been discussed. This one.
So you, same question. The most beautiful discovery through friends makes is that they can grow separately without growing apart, by Elizabeth Fole. Can you comment on this, Toastmaster Badet Asuncion?
Good evening to the topic master and to my fellow Toastmasters and to all the students out there. The most beautiful discovering through friends makes is that can you again give me the topic please, the post please. Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, can you give me again the post? Hello?
Do you want the topic again?
Okay, the most beautiful discovery for friendship, this is friendship, makes is that they can go separately without growing apart. For me, this topic is also profound, as already discussed, but for me, it is about when I'm going to have a friend from high school to college to having a career and also a family as well. There are different stages. So for me, without growing apart, we can always have a friend whom we can always count on. And maybe this friend, we will always look forward to seeing them again or being reunited with them again. And reminisce our lives before and our times before with this kind of friends. So for me, that is my uh, uh, takeaway for this kind of friendship without going apart. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Badet. Can I call someone from Philippines? And his name is Toastmaster Ricardo Ayuya. Kuya Rick. Choose.
Yes, Madam Toastmaster, the table topics. I'm here.
Yeah, can you choose 2, 4, 5, 6?
First of all, can you hear me very well?
Very well.
I think I have to choose number 6 because 6 is a big winning number. Number
6. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me click the 6. According to Nicole Richie, true friends are like diamonds, bright, beautiful, valuable, and always in style. Do you have such friend? Nicole Richie says, true friends are like diamonds, bright, beautiful, valuable, and always in style. Do you have such friend?
First of all, Madam Table Topics Master, that's a nice question. But first of all is that I agreed with the quotation because my meaning of a true friends is that true friends are difficult to find. Like a diamond. Diamond is not easy to find and it's not easy to have, to possess. I heard one quotation, I think, but I don't know whether I get it right. I rather have one true friend than having 1,000 friends. Now, that is quite really true. That's very difficult. It's just like a diamond. Now, asking that I have that true friend, I think I have one where from our childhood, we are already friends until now. We are very close. And even when I was in the Middle East for more than almost 40 years, wherever I have or something I would like to have or to know or to do something, I will just call that friend. And he's always there. So that's why and he's my, what you call that, my best, what's that in my wedding? It's my, what you got? My, I forgot that one.
Best man.
Best man, yes. Thank you for that one. And for good times and bad times is with me. And whatever difficulty that I have, he is always there. And I remember when I built my house in Magalang, even I am not here, I just keep calling him, and even I'm disturbing him with his work, he's always there. And even when I have a problem, especially if there is a big secret, you can rely on him. I think good times or bad times is always there. That's one thing very important. And as we said, or I should not say this I should not say it. I should limit my wording because I've been in the Middle East. So so that's it. I have one true friends, which until now we are meeting each other and relying at that. Oh, one thing very important is that he kept pushing me to do things for me to grow. That's what I like. You know, even I overcome him or I overpass him, he don't mind. Because a true friend is that he wish you to grow even you overtake him. That's why I consider him as a diamond friend. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. You're very lucky to have a true friend. Toastmaster of the day, Madam President, can we still proceed or 3 is enough? Do we still have time?
I think 3 is enough.
Okay. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez, for that wonderful questions about friendships. And now, to break the ice and bring us bundle of fun today, let's welcome our jolly fellow Toastmaster, our joke master for tonight. Friends, let me call in the unbeatable king of fun, distinguished Toastmaster Lito Bugarin. A big round of applause, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Christine, for that wonderful introduction again. I hope I can face the challenge or put some laughter to everyone, especially when I heard that speech about laughter is the best medicine. I really agree to that. Actually, I've been a persistent joker, but I will try to justify this joke. But hopefully, I don't want to offend anyone to hear this joke and apologize if you are intimidated or affected by this joke. Yeah, this joke is not anyway very green. There is something yellow and there's some red also. To start with,
as
let's
usual,
start with a wife asks her husband, "What do you like most in me? My pretty face or my body?" He looked at her from head to toe and replied, "I like your sense of humor." This is what the husband said. Again, husband, "Honey, you know, when I shave or when I shave in the morning, I feel 10 years younger." Wife said, "Okay, dear, can you also shave in the evening?" Soon after the wedding, the bride told the groom, "Darling, now that we married, I want you to fire your secretary." "But honey," replied the groom, "you used to be a secretary yourself." "Yes," she continued, "and that's why I want you to fire her." I don't know what's in her mind. Huh? Some more? Actually, my grandfather knew the exact day of the year that he was going to die. It was the right year too. Not only that, but he knew what time he would die and what day. He was right about that too. "Wow, that's incredible," said the friend. "How did you know that?" Anyway, the judge told him, "That's my grandfather." Yeah,
Ha, 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 ha.
exactly, he knows. Anyway, another thing about a couple. A couple are getting ready in bed after a long day work. And look the mirror and see an old lady. The woman says to her husband, "My face is all wrinkled and I'm sagging and bagging all over. And look at this plump on my arms." Her husband is silent. "Hey," she said, turning to him, "tell me something positive to make me feel better about myself." "Well," he says, "your eyesight is still great. Great eyesight." That's the woman. I am not offending any woman. Sorry. This is the last one. This is for the elderly men like Catherine. There are 3 elderly men went to their doctor for their memory test. It's a miracle that they remember their appointment anyway. The doctor asked the first man, "What is 5 times 5? 191 is his reply. The doctor rolled up his eyes at the ceiling and asked the second man, "It's your turn. What is 5 times 5? "Wednesday," replied the second man. The doctor shook his head sadly. Then he asked the third man, "Okay, it's your turn. What 5 times 5? 25, says the third man. "That's great. How do you get the answer?" Easy, doctor. Just subtract 191 from Wednesday. That's all my joke. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Copy.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Tito Bugarin, for making us laugh. Even by
Nobody laugh anyway. Just smile. Smile also, a silent laughter.
Okay, again, a big round of applause to Toastmaster Tito Bugarin, please. Okay. Now, for our third and last segment is the evaluation segment. And to do this, let's call in our general evaluator, who described herself as a Hello Kitty comic character friends, having lots of Hello Kitty collections from watches, shirts, cars, covers, plates, glass, spoon and fork, and many more. Also, she was the first Filipino from Bahrain who competed in the District 79 International Speech Contest. I think Toastmaster Rafik also, I think you also have competed before, right? Toastmaster Rafik?
Yeah, but
Yes,
it's not
yes.
I see. But, yeah, her is the first Filipino from Bahrain who competed in the District 79 International Speech Contest, representing Division K in 2008 all over Gulf region. She is a teacher by profession, a member of 4 clubs, the Picpa Bahrain Toastmaster Club, the first Diva Debate Toastmaster Club, the Star Toastmaster Club, which is formerly the PTAB Toastmaster, and the last one is the Wika Toastmaster Club. Currently, the appointed Area 6 Director of Division A District 20 and PBTC Club Secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Area Director, Maricet Morales Ordanza. A big hand, please.
Thank you so much to our Toastmaster of the day. Good evening once again, my fellow Toastmasters. And of course, our most welcome guest. Can we please mute the other who are not speaking? Thank you so much. So as your general evaluator, I will be calling individual evaluators, the role players, and I will give the general comment about the beginning and the end of the meeting. So let me call on our first individual evaluator, speech evaluator. The host, please, can you please mute the one who's not talking? Toastmaster Badet, I think. Yes, thank you so much. So our first evaluator is, we will evaluate first the one who spoke first. So we'll call on the evaluator of our speaker, Toastmaster Amor Yonzon. Let us give a round of applause to her evaluator, DTM Benchi Fortuno. DTM Benchi.
Yes po. So good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and friends. No? Okay, our speaker for tonight, the first speaker, Toastmaster or distinguished Toastmaster Amor Son, did perfectly well in her speech. No? Now we should remember that laughter is most beautiful and beneficial therapy God ever granted humanity. Huh? So we should be very grateful of the speech that was given to us tonight by our speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Amor. Okay, I would like to start off with some very excellent observations I made with her speech. The vocal variety, the tone, the speech, the volume was effectively manifested and shown and used during the speech. I think the audience were also comfortable with the way she delivered the speech, and the content of the speech was well constructed. That's very obvious. No, however, there are some slight or minimal observations I have taken into considerations or have that I have noted that would what do you call this need some a little bit practice, especially when it comes to eye contact. No, the eye contact should be there. You know, the eyes are going. You are looking upwards and looking sidewards. So sometimes you get lost with the speech. Okay, so another thing is that your how do you go, although the topic is not new or unusual, which is the one of the criteria of the project, no, but I am really very happy when you were able to to challenge the audience to laugh, because that is good for their health, no, and not only for their health but because it's a therapy for them. Now, the speech was totally informative and educational. Especially, I like is the scientific explanation of how the process of laughter improve your health and the quality of life. Another thing is very commendable is the suggestions to improve that you made to improve laughter as an important form of therapy. No? Okay, as an important form of therapy. Now, another thing that I was able to take note is that it would be better, no, and very, your speech is already good, but it is more to level up the speech is you can put on personal touch, no, or you can give a story about how laughter changed your life. Okay, so that's it, no. So before I part with you, I would like to say that this is a very good, in summary, this is a very good speech. I hope everybody laugh, no, because do not stop laughing so that you will not get or grow old. Huh? Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much, DTM Benchi. You are very observant to our speaker, Toastmaster Amor Yonzon. Let's give a round of applause to our evaluator, DTM Benchi Fortuno, and also to our speaker, Toastmaster Amor Yonzon. And this time, let us call on our second evaluator to evaluate our second speaker, DTM Amor de la Cruz. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Michael Temporals.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. My speaker have delivered a very entertaining and somewhat nostalgic story about her grandfather. And I would like to point out the good things in the way she presented her speech tonight. She was very expressive when she delivered the speech and somewhat dramatic. And she also uses vocal variety throughout the speeches. The spoken language is very clear and I can easily understood every word that she spoke. And there's also an eye contact, the way she talked to us in the screen or the screen, there is an eye contact to the audience, a manifestation that she is very comfortable in delivering the speech. I also like the way she narrated the story about her grandfather. And there is a sudden twist in the speech because she's telling that I hate my grandfather because of this and because of that. But in the end, there is a twist. She said she molded her attitude because of her grandfather. She was very thankful that her grandfather taught her those lessons that she got from her grandfather. And the twist that she's saying that my grandfather is a liar because of the donation from the church. But then in the end, there is this twist again that he's saying that all those anonymous donors in the church is actually from her grandfather. So this is a story where most of us can relate. And I just have some. I also like the way when she said she focused on the destination and just set aside those distractions. And this lesson was taken from her grandfather. The only thing that I can observe is I'm actually distracted when there is a rapid words like no, 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 no. Although some people would love to have it, but I got distracted with that. And this is just my personal observation, and this is my only suggestion to at least trim down those repetitive words. And overall, the speech is somewhat attained the objective. So I hope I'll be seeing you on the next speech, and that's it. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Michael Temporas. And again, let's give another round of applause to our second evaluator and to our second speaker, DTM Amor de la Cruz. Thank you so much for that. And now let's proceed to our role players report. Let's start off with our timers so that we will know who are qualified and not qualified, or who are those who have spoken within the time limit and those who have spoken over the time limit. Let's call on our very active timer, Toastmaster Rosemary Hernandez. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. For our prepared speeches, our first speaker, which is the speaker 2, Toastmaster Amor Yanson, 7 minutes and 36 seconds. And DTM Amor de la Cruz, 7 minutes and 21 seconds. So are we going to vote?
Yes, Miss.
Our
So,
first speaker is disqualified because 6 minutes over the grace. 6 minutes, 6 seconds, sorry, over.
Go ahead, Miss, for the evaluator. Yes.
Yeah. And for our table topics, our first speaker, Toastmaster Rafiq Ahmed, 1 minute and 45 seconds. Second speaker, Toastmaster Baded Asuncion, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And our third speaker, because he loves his friend and he wants to share, that's why he got 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
No practice.
So who are qualified, Miss?
Yeah, so for our table topics, our third speaker is disqualified because 3
No
minutes
practice.
and 40. Yeah. For our evaluation, our first evaluator, which is Distinguished Toastmaster Benji Fortuno, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And second evaluator, Toastmaster Michael, 3 minutes and 29 seconds.
So who is qualified for our evaluation?
Toastmaster Michael is
All
qualified.
right. So I think we are going to vote. You can just put your votes in the chat box. You can send it directly to me for our table topics between Toastmaster Rafiq and Toastmaster Badet. All right. So you can just do that while I'm giving the general feedback or some reports from our next role player. So let's call on the person who recorded how many times we went blank. We said or other words that are not needed in our speeches. Let's call on our accounter for tonight, Toastmaster Daisy Paburian. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Area Director Maricet Morales. Here is my report. Toastmaster Amor Yunson, 2 and 1 repeated word. Toastmaster Christine, 2 Distinguished Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz, 1 and 1 repeated word. Toastmaster Rosemary, 1 repeated word. Toastmaster Rafiq Ahmed, 1 and 2 repeated words. Toastmaster Bernadette Asuncion, 3 and 2 repeated words. Toastmaster Rick Ayuyao, 1 and 2 repeated words. Distinguished Toastmaster Lito Bulgarin, 1 and 1 repeated words. And Toastmaster Maricet, 2 Toastmaster Michael, 4 and 1 repeated word. Thank you. Back to you, Jenny.
Wow, that is very comprehensive report, Toastmaster Daisy. Thank you so much for that. At this time, let us call our persistent grammarian, Toastmaster or DTM Amor de la Cruz. Let me have your report, DTM Amor.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our general evaluator. And now, here's my report. For the usage of the word of the day, persistence, or other words like related words like persistent and persistently, we have the following. TMOD, used it twice. Toastmaster, our president, used it once. Amor Ganda, used it twice. And our general evaluator, I think once or twice. Yes. Who else? TM Lito, I did not catch you. Yes, you used the word of the day, Madam General Evaluator. Now, what are the beautiful languages I like from tonight's meeting? I like the words intertwine. I like the imagery here. Reminisce, profound, and so many others. And then I like the quotes given to us by our table topics master, one of which is the most beautiful discovery true friends make is that they can grow separately without growing apart and, growing apart, something like that. And all the other quotes that the other 2 quotes that she injected in her table topics, assignment. Now, what are the other words that I like? Well, the words and the phrases. Understanding the value of time is this is actually a quote. Understanding the value of time is understanding the essence of life. It's so beautiful. I can't help not to be impressed by this. I don't know where did you get this from, Madam Timer, Madam Timer, and yes, and Table Topics Master. I rather have one true friend than 1,000. I rather have one true friend than 1,000 friends who are not probably true. Okay, the good time and the bad time. I like that phrase. The unbeatable king of fun. Laughter is the best medicine. Okay, although this may sound a cliche, but still it gives wonder when it's used, especially in tonight's meeting. Now, what are the points that we have to focus on so that we can improve our grammar better? We have 9 divisions. We have to say we have 9 divisions. When we talk about plural words like divisions, areas, we should avoid the article a. And now we are proceed. And now we proceed. Okay? And now we proceed. Something like that. We avoid to make a friends. As I said earlier, when you are talking about others, no more use of the article a to make friends. Regarding this proxy, one of the iron ladies, meaning there are many iron ladies, but she is only one, not two. So one of the iron ladies. Bahrain Toastmaster Club should always be Bahrain Toastmasters Club. It has to have an S all the time. But I am a Toastmaster without an S, but when you say a name of a club, we got Toastmasters Club, Bahrain Toastmasters, Picpa, etc. Is very persistent. It's a no-no. It's supposed to be, it's very persistent. It should be followed by the adjective form and not the noun form. Who will give the evaluation, which is none other than. Who will give the evaluation? If you are referring to a person, you have to use who. Who is none other than, okay, who is none other than. Laughter boosts one's immune system. Laughter boosts with an S. Prominent live life. Okay, live life to the full. Okay, that is the pronunciation. The pronunciation, okay, we have to say live life to the fullest. Okay, and then we have to say continue. And then we have to say beautiful. And then we have to say 30. Okay, so that's all for now. And over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Wow, let's give a round of applause to our grammarian speaker. Thank you so much. That was actually a mini educational session. Thank you so much, but it was very informative and we learned a lot today from our grammarian. Thank you so much, DTM Amor. Now let us proceed to the general evaluation of the whole meeting from the beginning. Did we start on time? Yes, I think we have joined, but we started a little bit by 8:02, but that is fine. Now, anyway, it's our second meeting and we are just reviving. Now, I am happy that our president, who is presiding for our meeting tonight, also welcomed the guests and their arrival. She asked them, okay, the guests to introduce, but I felt that they were not able to speak at the first time. So it was only in the time that the Toastmaster of the day was able to call the guests and speak. So if you call somebody and ask the guests to tell them or say something at least. But I know some guests are coming a little bit late, but that is fine. So of course we are all learning, and this is our just second meeting. Now I like the theme of the night. It was very, we could say it is known to everyone, but sometimes we forget friendship. And with regards to our to our president's message, I felt that it was so emotional. It was so emotional. Miss President, speech was emotional, and we could say the atmosphere of the theme for tonight. And then I also would like to comment on the way you have called for the minutes of the meeting. The only thing is that we forgot to adapt the minutes of the meeting. So let us not forget that next time. The role or the Toastmaster of the day was properly introduced. Thank you so much for that. And also you have conducted the business session very well, but next time let's make it a little bit snappy so that we will not take so much time in our business session. But that was very good and very nice, because I remember the last time we didn't have like a formal business session. So this time we are improving. Now for our Toastmaster of the day, you opened the night so lively, and I was so happy, giving some feedback giving some music also at the beginning of the meeting. It was so nice. Everyone was singing, even though we are not singing at the same time. That was very nice. It was snappy. And I was so happy also that whatever agenda has been prepared, there were no amendments. And that means that all the role players, all those people who are in the meeting are here. They are all present. Thank you so much. You have introduced the timer, grammarian, the act counter, the joke master, and the table topics master very well. Thank you so much for that. And then our joke master, DTM Lito Bugarin, you made us laugh and think widely from your jokes. Thank you so much for that. Let's give a round of applause to Toastmaster Lito or DTM Lito Bugarin. Thank you so much. Our timer, dual role. She's taking dual roles. Toastmaster Rosemary, you have explained your role very well as a timer and as a table topics master. Thank you so much for that. You really deserve a round of applause. And I like the creativity also that you have put into putting those questions. But next time, let us be careful which link to click so that it will open on a different question, so that there should be variety also. Thank you so much for that. For our grammarian, what can you say? A mini educational session on grammar, use of grammar, and thank you so much for the word persistent. It is just an easy word, but of course we will practice how to use it. But I challenge you next time to try to, those who will be grammarian in the future, try to put more challenging word in our word for the day. One site that was introduced to me by our guest Toastmaster Amor Yonson Ganda in Speak Easy. If you will try to go to that site, anyone who will be Toastmaster or anyone who is into Toastmaster, you can, and there are some suggested word of the day that you can use there. Simple, the words are challenging, but you could see that the meanings are just simple, that we can use it in our meetings. So thank you so much for that, DTM Amor. Let's give her a round of applause. For our act counter, wow, very accurate report on the act counter, who has said, who has repeated the word, and so on. Thank you so much for that. And of course, as we said, our dual role timer and table topics master, Toastmaster Rosemary. Let's give her another round of applause. Now, let's try also to think about the timings. If you feel that anyone who will be the Toastmaster of table topics master, try to see the timing also. If you are on with the agenda time, I think no need to ask the Toastmaster of the day if you can add one more participant or commentator. Just try to see if you are more than the time in the agenda, then maybe you could make a decision on that too. But we really love the way you have presented the table topics today or tonight. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rosemary. And for our, since this is my, I would say this is my official visit, I really love the enthusiasm today of the members. And I could see that the others are also volunteering roles, and I'm so happy for that. But let's try to encourage more some members or some Picpa members, Picpa Bahrain members, to be with us in our meeting. And I would like to commend and thank our Vice President for Education, Toastmaster Christine, for being very persistent in filling up the roles. She will keep on sending always messages, even personal messages to me, what we will do here, what we'll do. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Christine, thank you so much for that. You're really working hard to fill up the roles for tonight. Though we have some dual roles, it was still okay. But if we will be able to encourage members to join in the club, then maybe our VPM, DTM Benchy Fortuno can help us on that to recruit some members so we can have more fun, we can have more lively discussions, and we can see or we can let them know that these prospective Toastmasters, they have a platform for them to develop themselves into their public speaking and leadership skills. It is not, you can tell them that it is just twice in a month, 12 times in a year. So it is not too much for 2 hours for them, and they will learn also. Now, if the membership strength is more than 20 members, or at least you have 20 members, then we will be having more fun and we can have or invite more guests. I know that we have active members from the very few members that we have here, but still, we can do that. So let us encourage, and each one of us members should always work on our Pathways project. Then thank you so much also Toastmaster Christine and Toastmaster Daisy for working on the club success plan and the club calendar. Remember, the deadline will be tomorrow, so let's work on that. Now, just last words, and speaking of DCP points, it is an accomplishment for us to get the highest points. But always remember to make sure to deliver quality speeches, just like what the speeches we have seen or we have heard tonight. Quality speeches, quality evaluations. This is to improve our speaking and leadership skills. And another thing, that is to gain DCP points. All the best to all the members, and let's work together to be the best club, to be the best revived club, the Picpa Bahrain Toastmasters Club. And back to you, to our Toastmaster of the day. Good evening.
You are muted. Toastmaster Christine.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Marisette, once again. Another round of applause, please, to our general evaluator for all her recommendations. And okay, I guess my part is over. But before I turn back the control to our president, let me tell you this. A man without friends is like a bare tree. Nothing makes our life more easy than the existence of faithful friends in our lives. Thank you all, and back to you, Madam President.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Cristina Brantes. For our next assignments, can we raise a motion for additional 5 minutes?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Can we raise a motion for additional 5 minutes?
I propose for an additional 5 minutes for our meeting so we can finish it.
I second the motion.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz and Toastmaster Cristina Brantes. So now, for our next assignments or schedule, we will send it on, we will communicate in WhatsApp, and by As of now, let's me hear. Can we hear now the feedback or the comments of some of our guests? Let me call first Toastmaster Rafiq Ahmad for your feedback, sir, for this meeting.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening. And thank you to Toastmaster Christine and also Toastmaster Marisette for inviting me here. Actually, Toastmaster Marisette has been on the invitation to have me here in the club to visit since the last meeting. But unfortunately, I could not come. But again, thanks for bringing me back as a guest, Team Christine. Picpa Bahrain, way back. I'm talking about 2011, where the club was exclusive only for Filipino chartered accountants. I was introduced to this club by DTM Pido and his family. And back in the days, I remember his whole family was in Picpa, including his daughter Elaine. So it was my first experience with Picpa, and I noticed one thing that stood out about Picpa. It was a very fun, loving club. From the word start till the word end of the meeting, there was laughter throughout the meeting. Very fond memories. I know one of our senior member from Picpa is no longer there, and it was really sad to note that as well. But thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to rekindle all those memories from way back from 2010, 2011. Nice to see you all, and it's a pleasure. I would love to be back, and next time definitely with my camera on.
Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafiq. And let me call on Toastmaster Ricky Choidia.
He's not here now.
Not here anymore.
Okay. Toastmaster Emildina Simba Maputo.
Not here also.
Not here anymore.
Toastmaster Rick Ayuyaw.
Toastmaster Rick Ayuyaw. Welcome back, sir.
Well, it's nice to hear and to see the revival of Picpa Bahrain Toastmasters Club. And it's almost 2 years now, I think, the inactiveness of our club. And to see new faces, as Toastmaster Rafiq said, that indeed, that in the beginning, Picpa is intended only for Filipino accountants or employees with involvement in accounting works. And it's understandable that due to the pandemic and of course the difficulty of having membership, I think it's just appropriately that to go beyond the objectives of Picpa in the beginning. And for me, I'm happy that Picpa name is still there, because we and Toastmaster Lito really work for that one, and to have that working until now, that is a privilege, So today's meeting, it's a wonderful meeting, although I would say that as if I'm just starting again, just you can see it, that I did not have it in my mind that table topics is intended only for 2 minutes, and maybe because I'm not seeing you personally, so I kept talking without considering all this kind of thing. and without the intention of winning as well. So that makes my time longer. But next time it won't be. I will be talking shorter as it could be, but not less than 1 minute, of course. So nice to see you all, and the new faces and the old one, Toastmaster Lito, Madam Benchi, Toastmaster Christine, Toastmaster Michael, our Toastmaster President, and Toastmaster Badet Asuncion, and
Miss ka na namin, Tata Rick.
Hi, Tata Rick, I miss you.
Miss ka na
I miss
namin.
maybe I don't know whether I still if I can come back there. Toastmaster Lito, can I still come back there?
Pwede,
Yeah.
no?
Yan.
Ako ang sponsor sa'yo.
No, just nice to hear that one. But I think I am enjoying at the moment here. So I think I don't have that working attitude at the moment. Office. I mean in the office, you know, it's totally gone.
Nainig kita sa Pasko.
So nice to see Toastmaster Amor as well. The rest, I think only two Toastmaster which is not known to me at the moment, I think. The rest I knew them. So thank you very much for having me today. And you will have me as well next meeting. Maybe I will have assignment next meeting. And you will see my name renewed in the Toastmaster listing. Thank you. Thank you. And good evening.
Good evening also.
Good morning,
Thank you,
Tata.
Master Rick Ayuyao. We are grateful to see you again, sir. Thank you very much for visiting us. And let me call on Toastmaster Amor Yunson. Miss Amor, ganda.
Yes, good
Any
evening
feedback
once again.
now?
First and foremost, yeah, thank you so much for the invitation, for giving me the opportunity to deliver another speech. I mean, for my project in your club. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'd like to tell you that I am agreeing with what Mariset or Toastmaster Mariset mentioned earlier. It's something about the Easy Speak. I hope you are updating your project with that. And about adding members, you know, like we know basically that Toastmaster is a networking, and we have to have like, you know, additional members. Although you said that the Picpa has just revived, so hopefully when I visit again, you will be, you know, introducing new members. It's like the more the merrier, right? As what TMR said. So good luck to you guys. You know, God bless and thank you so much. And you are really improving a lot. Thank you. With the help of these two ladies that I've known for a long time, my katukayo are you, and of course Zed.
Thank you, son. And the last, Toastmaster Bernadette.
Yeah, but for me to be invited, and thank you to DP membership, DP membership,
Education.
DP education to CPM 15 for inviting me here. And it's so nice seeing everybody here, the familiar face. And also, I am looking forward to face-to-face meeting again. Actually, this is my first time attending a meeting like this.
a format like this. So hopefully next time or in the near future, we can see each other physically, face to face. Okay. Thank you. Back to you, Madam President.
I hope you also renew your membership.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bernadette. And now, for the winners, can we announce the winners for the presentation of awards? Who will be the one who is announcing? For the second meeting for our best speaker, Toastmaster Amor de la Cruz.
Thank you.
And for the table topic, commentator, or for the best evaluator, Temporas. Congratulations, sir. And for our table topic, commentator, congratulations, Toastmaster Rafiq Ahmad. To my fellow Toastmasters and to all our guests, thank you for joining for our meeting for tonight, for our second meeting. Hopefully, we will see you again next meeting. And
please, picture.
Picture, please.
We are happy to see you for tonight meeting. So meeting number 2 is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Picture, picture.
Thank you, Toastmaster Michael. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rafiq.
Thank you.
And thank you, Toastmaster Amor Ganda. And to all, very much.
Thank you all. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Next time,
Thank you everyone.
DTM Amor.
Congratulations. And thank you.
Congratulations, Lanson. Amor,
Thank you
Lanson.
very much.
Picture ka na, Michael.
Picture na, Waki.
Tapos naman ay ba?
Waki.
Hindi ako eh. White lady. Oh my God.
Sino nagpipicture?
Tarik, hindi na ba ako waki na? Tarik, walang baki ah.
Hindi ko alam yan kung paano mapipicturean eh.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, see you all. Good evening.
Bye-bye. Thank you, anak. Bye-bye.
God bless everyone. God bless.
God bless po,
Bye,
Ina.
Lito. Bye, sir.
Love you,
Bye,
everybody.
Sir Lito.
Be safe. Thank you.
Bye-bye po. Bye-bye sa lahat.
Bye, Kuya Rig.
Tarik,
Miss you here.
Tarik, nice to see you again.
Ang ganda ng bahay.
Alright.
We're happy to see you again, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Masala ka namin natin sa December.
Namiss ka namin.
Walang problema.
Kung sino sumama sa akin sa December, didiretso kami dyan, punta ka namin dyan.
Yes.
Walang problema. Walang problema. Basta kahit na nung maabutan nyo dito, yun lang.
Punta, masarap dyan, no? Pampanga, no? Dahil masarap na pagkain dyan. Hindi na ako maghanap sa iba, sa iyo na, sa bahay mo na lang. Eh.
Malapit lang.
Hindi na. Kailangan lutong Rick. Lutong Rick Ayuyaw. Special.